Exactly. Like when you were sick with a really high fever and you stayed home to watch TV all day. It's not Let's Make a Deal. It's not Wheel of Fortune. It's not Monty Hall or the show with Pat Sajak. It's that other show where the big loud voice calls your name and the audience says to, "Come on down, you're the next contestant." And if you guess the cost of rice-a-roni, then you fly round trip to live for a week in Paris. It's that show. The prize is never anything useful like okay clothes or music or beer. The prize is always some vacuum cleaner or a washing machine, something you might maybe get excited to win if you were like somebody's maid. It's rush week, and the tradition is that everybody pledging Zeta Delta all have to take this big chartered school bus and need to go to some TV studio and watch them tape this game show. Rules say that all the Zeta Deltas wear the same red t-shirt with printed on it the Greek Zeta Delta Omega deals, silk screened in black. First you have to take a little stamp of Hello Kitty, maybe half a stamp, and wait for the flash. It's like this little paper stamp printed with Hello Kitty you suck on and swallow, except it's really blotter acid. All you do is the Zeta Delta, they sit together to make this red patch in the middle of the studio audience and scream and yell to get on TV. These are not the Gamma Grabathies. They're not the Lambda Rapidates. The Zeta Delta, they are who everybody wants to be. How the acid is going to affect you. If you're going to freak out and kill yourself or eat somebody alive, they don't even tell you. It's traditional. Ever since you were a little kid with a fever, the contestants they call down to play this game show, the big voice always calls for one guy who's a United States Marine wearing some band uniform with brass buttons. There's always somebody's old grandma wearing a sweatshirt. There's an immigrant from some place where you can't understand half of what he says. There's always some rocket scientist with a big belly and his shirt pocket stuck full of pens. It's just how you remember it growing up, only now. Now all the Zeta Delta start yelling at you, yelling so loud it scrunches their eyes shut. Everybody's just these red shirts and big open mouths. All their hands are pushing you out from your seat, shoving you into the aisle. The big voice is saying your name, telling you to come on down. Oh, you're the next contestant. In your mouth, the Hello Kitty tastes like pink bubblegum. It's the Hello Kitty, the popular kind, not the strawberry flavor, or the chocolate flavor that somebody's brother cooks at night in the General Sciences building where he works as a janitor. The paper stamp feels caught partway down your throat, except you don't want to gag on TV, not on recorded video with strangers watching you forever. All the studio audience is turned around to see you stumble down the aisle in your red t-shirt, all the TV cameras zoomed in, everybody clapping exactly how you remember it, all those Las Vegas lights flashing, outlining everything on stage. It's something new, but you've watched it done a million zillion times before, and just by automatic you take the empty desk next to where the United States Marine is standing. The game show host, who's not Alex Trebek, he waves one arm, and a whole part of the stage starts to move. It's not an earthquake, but one whole wall rolls on invisible wheels. All the lights everywhere flashing on and off, only fast, just blink, 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 except faster than a human mouth could say. This whole big back wall of the stage slides to one side, and from behind it steps out a giant fashion model, blazing with about 1 billion sparkles on her tight dress, waving one long, skinny arm to show you a table with 8 chairs. Like you see in somebody's dining room on Thanksgiving, with a big cooked turkey and yams and everything. Her fashion model waist about as big around as somebody's neck. Each of her tits the size of your head. Those flashing Las Vegas kind of lights blinking all around. The big boy saying who made this table, out of what kind of wood, saying the suggested retail price it's worth. To win, the host lifts up this little box. Like a magician, he shows everybody what's underneath. Just this whole thing of bread in its naturally occurring state. The way bread comes before it's made into anything you can eat, like a sandwich or a French toast. Just this bread. The whole way your mom might find it at the farm or wherever bread grows. The table and chairs, they are totally easy yours, except you have to guess the price of this big bread. Behind you, all the Zeta Delts crowd really close together in their t-shirts, making what looks like one giant red pucker in the middle of the studio audience. Not even looking at you. All their haircuts are just huddled together, making a big hairy center. It's like forever later when your phone finally rings and the Zeta Delt voice says what to bid. That bread just sitting there the whole time, covered in a brown crust. The big voice says it's loaded with 10 essential vitamins and minerals. The old game show host, he's looking at you like maybe he's never ever seen a telephone before. And he goes, "What do you bid?" And you go, $8? From the look on the old grandma's face, it's like maybe they should call some paramedics for her heart attack. Dangling out one sweatshirt cuff, this crumpled scrap of Kleenex looks like leaked out stuffing, flapping white, like she's some trashed teddy bear somebody loved too hard. To cut you off using some brilliant strategy. The United States Marine, the bastard, he says $9. Then to cut him off, the rocket science guy said $10. It must be some trick question, because the old grandma says $1.99. And all the music starts loud and the lights flash on and off. The host hauls the granny up onto the stage and she's crying and plays a game where she throws a tennis ball to win a sofa and a pool table. Her grandma face looks just as smashed and wrinkled as that Kleenex that she pulls out from her sweatshirt cuff. The big boy calls another granny to take her place, and everything keeps rushing forward. The next round, you need to guess the price of some potatoes, but like a whole big thing of real alive potatoes from before they become food. The way they come from the miners or whoever that dig potatoes in Ireland or Idaho or some other place starting with an I. Not even made into potato chips or French fries. If you guess right, you get some big clock inside of a wood box like a Dracula coffin standing on one end, except with these church bells inside the box that ding ding whatever time it is. Over your phone, your mom calls it a grandfather clock. You show it to her on video and she says it looks cheap. You on stage with the TV cameras and the lights, all the Zeta Delts call waiting you. You cup your phone to your chest and you go, "My mom wants to know, do you have anything nicer maybe I could win?" You show your mom those potatoes on video and she asks, did the game show host buy them at the A&P or the Safeway? You speed dial your dad and he asks about the income tax liability.